Hello, Scorpio rising. This is your full moon and Scorpio lunar eclipse forecast for May 5th through May 19th. We're talking about the lunar eclipse in your first house of self and identity. So, this is about either confronting fears about being yourself or letting go of people's projections of you, honestly. Um, the South Node in your first house is letting go of an identity or confronting a fear you have about being yourself or being independent, doing it yourself. Now, the ruler of Scorpio, Mars, is in your ninth house. That is travel, education, philosophy, adventure. So you're feeling into what the world has to offer you. And I think that's where you're directing your attention. And maybe it's the fear of the unknown or the fear that you maybe don't know enough. It could be like imposter syndrome that you're dealing with this specific lunar eclipse. Luckily, it's passing. The eclipses can be active for about 6 months, but it's not going to be such a big deal, I think, when Venus moves into Cancer. And that's May 7th. So Venus moving into Cancer in your ninth house will bring a little balance and a little inner knowing that, hey, I got this. I can be myself. I can show myself. I can have fun. I can have adventure. I know enough and I can do it. Now, Taurus is your seventh house of relationships. That's what's been developing for the last 18 months or so, while the North Node's been in Taurus. So Mercury is retrograde there as well. Could be some miscommunication with relationships, some rethinking about that. But Venus is in Gemini right this moment. It hasn't moved into Cancer yet. Today's May 5th. So that's your eighth house of shared resources, joint partnerships, and it's almost as if you have some support from people in your life that are close to you, your ride or dies. And when Venus moves into Cancer, you figure out how to move forward with what you want out of life. I call the ninth house your choose your own adventure house, and that's Cancer for you. Um, and it's going to be really good. May 7th is when Venus moves into Cancer because May 13th, Venus is going to trine Saturn in your fifth house of creativity, inner child, joy, and it's going to sextile Mercury, which is stationing to go direct. So that's, I mean, just the best kind of a situation for what you've been dealing with. It is really a pointing towards people for you, a pointing towards relationships of value and how those are going to propel you forward and bring joy to your life. So one other note, Jupiter moves into Taurus May 16th. That is, again, relationships, but it will square Pluto in your fourth house of home and family. So there could be a power struggle around this time. And that will kick up in late May when Mars moves into Leo. And I personally know some Scorpio risings who are having power struggles, especially with regards to home and family. So, while relationships may be working out for you on one hand, there is something that you're having to struggle against, either emotionally or quite literally with your family and your home. And again, that's going to kick up late May. So that could be a little tense. I just want to give you a forewarning about that. For now, enjoy this Venus in Cancer that's about to come in. The lunar eclipse, this kind of will be sort of over at least the heightened part of this feeling, probably by, I don't know, I'd say late tomorrow. And then it will even further be over when Venus moves into Cancer. And we get this kind of gift of understanding how to balance our emotions and maybe some care from someone. Maybe someone says, hey, you do know all your stuff. You know what you're doing. And that gives you the boost you need. All right, Scorpio risings. I'll catch you on the flip side May 19th for the new